Hello everyone, it's Lennon. Oh, look at this, just look at this beautifulness that is this deck. I'm using the Shrine of the Black Medusa, which is, oh my god, it is such a lovely, lovely deck. Anyways, I came up with a spread because I've just been immersed in the tower world and inside the tower and around the grounds of the tower with my flashlight, talking about change and things. Because if you go back a couple of videos, I'll leave it in the cards for you. I did a spread with the tower card that I've been using for, I guess you could say, for a while. Like I've used it already a few times. So I decided to do a card on, or a spread that went along my birthday. So I used my birth card. My birth card happens to be the Wheel of Fortune card. Now I love that card. It is one of my, you know, those cards that you look for in a deck. It is one of those. I just love all the depictions that of the ones I own. And anyway, so I came up with this spread basically for me, but it worked so well the last couple of times I've used it that I wanted to share it with you guys. And I'm calling it the Wheel of Progress. Now, this is about justice. This is about systematic fucking problems. Okay? This is about change that I want to see. I've been using this deck with this spread, and it's been really, really helpful for me. So I don't have any other adornments, no crystals. I just want this deck to be front and center here. And it's a 5-card spread. Now, I've actually recently learned about myself that I like to shuffle after I place a card. I place a card. Instead of shuffling one big time, I like to shuffle each time. It gets me into the individual positions a little bit more. So I'm going to share this with you now. The secret to this spread is that each one of them doesn't have a question. At first, that felt like a cop-out to not actually have questions, but I wanted it to be related to the actual wheel card from, like, we'll say the Rider-Waite-Smith system. So it's about something being at the top right now, something going down, something being crushed, and then something coming about, right? And then the middle card is something that I'm going to explain in a little while, because there's going to be a center here. But the wheel itself, I wanted the wheel to be different for everyone, because we all have different stories with all this, with progress and change, the change we want to see and things like that. And I wanted you to be able to say, okay, well, the top, I can interpret that this way. That's what's at top right now. This is what's going down. This is what is getting crushed right now. This is what is coming up. Maybe you put your own kind of thing in there, but I wanted to share. Now I'm going to do this kind of organically right now, just to kind of show you how it looks and how it works. I may put, like, I don't know, a PDF below or something about what it looks like, but really it's 5 cards. They're going in a circle. You could pretty much do any kind of variation you want to, but this specifically has been working well for me, and I wanted to share it with you guys. So, and when I start laying down cards, I'm gonna have to, like, finagle them to get them in frame, because it's been a while since I did a hands video. And then I'm gonna share at the very end of this, stay tuned, because I'm gonna share some magic, some actual freaking witchcraft that I found in this deck, which may have not been the creator's intention, but I found it anyway. And I have been using the hell out of this deck's magic. So anyway, that's enough. I've been working with this deck. I always shuffle and then cut 3 times. Now the first card spread is up here. So it's up here at the top. Okay. So actually we're going to turn this around. We're going to do it like this. Okay? Because there are horizontal cards in this deck. So the High Priestess. Now while I'm concentrating on that, okay, I concentrated when I did my first shuffle, I concentrated on what is sitting at the top. What is sitting at the top of the wheel right now? And now, as I shuffle, I'm going to be concentrating on what is getting pulled down the wheel right now. And I'm specifically talking about systematic problems, talking about, thinking about the government, thinking about the news. So I'm concentrating on that, right? And right now, this is really organic, okay? And then put that right there, okay? Actually, it's just on here. Look at that, 2 majors already. Oh my goddess, because we got that beautiful Empress here. Now, I'm concentrating on what's getting crushed. What is getting crushed right now? What is under the wheel? What is under your thumb? What's no longer in any of our control because it is done. It's finished, right? It's at the bottom of this wheel, and we've just run it the hell over, okay? And that goes right here because we're going in a circle, okay? Another major arcana card. Oh my goddess. Okay. Ooh. All right. Now, one more, and then we're going to do the middle card, okay? So what's getting pulled? What's getting pulled up? What's getting pulled up? It's been crushed. This is what has been crushed for a while. But it's coming back around. It's coming back around because life is cyclical, right? So whatever this card is whatever's getting pulled back into the fold. Okay? We thought it was done. We thought it was dead and crushed. But it's not. It's coming back around to the top. It's coming back around. Right? One more. Cut the deck. Because that's always just happens to be what I do. What's coming back around? Oh my goodness. God. I cannot believe we've gotten all majors. Oh my God. Now, before I share what card goes in the center, okay, I'm going to leave this here. I'm going to share a little bit about each of these, okay, because right now this is the wheel, and what the last card is not in the wheel. This is about you, okay? So, and me, really, specifically, because this started out as like my own thing. So at the top here, what's at the top? We got the High Priestess, right? This instinct, intuition is sitting at the top. Now, the little white book for this says uncovered secrets and untapped potential, okay? That's what's sitting at the top right now. Right now, I think that people are starting to come into their own. They're starting to feel their own magic, use their own instincts with stuff, going with their gut. I feel like that is what people are doing. They're going with what doesn't feel right. And people are starting to recognize that within themselves. That's what's sitting at the top, right? It says unlocking truth in the divine femme sense. But don't you call her no tramp. That's literally what the little white book says. So it's just, that's just fantastic. I just love that this is a collage deck and there's real images here. So behind her, there's this like stained glass, right? So there could be an element here of light that's not fully coming out, right? Like I think of a stained glass as dispelled light. Like it's not fully the sun in your face. So maybe these beautiful Black people, right, that we need to be elevating, their voices, their things that they're creating, right? They need to be at the forefront. And maybe because of all this, they don't see their light. It's being dispelled. So we need to be able to tell them that the world needs them. The world needs them and their light and not dispelled. And then this. Now, this to me is, again, about the femme, but it's so much more than that. There's so much mystery in the feminine, okay? And for me, she's a freaking goddess, right? She's an empress. She's a goddess. She is divine. She is royalty, okay? Royalty on earth. This, when we talk about being goddesses and we talk about being divine and knowing your own sovereignty, that's going down, right? Just like this. It's going down. This empress, this woman standing in her power, she's literally standing up in this deck. She's about to get crushed. Why is she about to get crushed? right? Then we've got the art, beautiful art card. This is would be the Temperance. This very much goes like kind of thothy, like the Thoth system. So anyway, so it's basically like the Temperance card, but the art card itself in terms of the Thoth system is on alchemy. It's on divine balance between fire and water, okay? Literally the little white book for this card states, true art conjures and channels. It oils your ancestor's scalp while feeding your kids and balances all dualities. How fucking powerful is that statement? That's all it says, right? That's getting crushed. That's what's getting crushed. True art is getting crushed. True alchemy. Not knowing your own channels. Not getting in touch with your ancestors. You're not doing that right now because it's getting crushed. You're not knowing what your ancestors did. You're not giving and receiving, right? There's not that delicate balance. The balance is getting crushed. And then we come up here to the moon card. Now the moon is all about the illusions and the shadow shit, right? Why is that coming up? Why? Now that was getting crushed, right? We were dispelling those illusions. That's why it was getting crushed. So a minute ago, it was getting crushed. We were not questioning shit, okay? As the moon was getting crushed, our shadows were getting lit up. We were working on our shadows, right? The work ain't done, okay? Because this is cyclical. I'm just saying, we were working on that stuff. And it says, illusions be thick as fuck. A door to the subconscious is unlocking. And maybe mistakes were made, but you're on a mysterious precipice. So as this is coming up, this is literally about the messages that we can receive right now. Learning about the mistakes that were made. So it was crushed a minute ago, but now we're actually on the trajectory to learn about those mistakes. Learn how we can be better, right? Now, for my beautiful Black people of color, the last card is not for you, unless you just want to, okay? This was more because I needed this card in this spread. And I have seen so many people, so many white people centering themselves in this movement and saying harmful, hurtful shit about their own story, about their own lives. And like that post on Instagram, like, not to name names, but this bitch Karen wanted to come out and say she was indigenous. It's like, you don't realize, okay? You're not realizing yet that was some harmful shit you were putting into that post. And you didn't realize that it wasn't about you. That nobody fucking asked you, okay? So I'm going to shuffle one more time to share the last card that I used for me, okay? For me. And you don't have to put it in this spread if you don't want to. But I did as a way for me to learn a little bit about linen. And really, this card is about, I literally asked myself, how can I decenter myself without disappearing from the movement? I don't want to take myself out. I don't want to use the fact that it's not about me to disappear. I don't want to use the fact that it's not about me to hide away and not do the work. Okay, so this is, how can I do the work and decenter myself? Okay? How can I take the I out of it? All right. Look at that motherfucking shit right there. Oh my God. Oh, that's piercing me so hard. Tarot. God. All right. Oh my God. How can I decenter myself but not disappear? Okay? While still doing the work, how can I decenter myself? This literally says sorrow. The balance here, the balance of the two is you pended. Okay? You pended. Damage is being taken. Damn straight. Self-doubt. Drama triangles. And struggle. Woo! This is so So look at all of this beautiful major arcana cards. Okay. And then in the center, how can I decenter myself and still be active in the work? It's going to be fucking painful. It's going to be so hard to take myself out of it. It's going to be so hard not to say, oh, well, I do this, or, well, I do this, or, oh, well, this is me. This is about me. This is about me. Whoa, this is going to be tough. And this card right here is telling me how tough it's going to be. But that doesn't mean to stop. That doesn't mean to stop progress. That doesn't mean to stop the work just because it's going to hurt to take myself out of it. I'm one of these swords, and there's two others, right? Is this fucking work coming from my heart center? Is this work coming from my heart? Maybe I should ask myself that question as a way to decenter myself. Yep, it's gonna hurt. Keep doing it. Oh, all right. So anyway, let me know how you like this spread. I've been finding it very, very helpful for me. And I want to show you some freaking magic that is this deck. Now, like you know, this is called literally the Shrine of the Black Medusa Tarot. So what I didn't realize with this deck is that it held serpent magic. Literally, serpent magic. Now, as I work with serpents, okay, and Medusa to an abstract, ascent, I wanted to share the serpent magic that is this deck. Now, I know it's out of print, okay, you might be able to find it on, like, Mercari or whatever, or, like, an offshoot website. Check this out. I hope that I get this in frame. Hopefully I can do it right, because I did it really cool, like, on the bed the other night. Look at that. That's a beautiful snake skin, right? Ooh. So cool. So cool. Let's do it straight so we can see a little bit more of the snake. Look at that. Beautiful snake body. I used to be able to do this thing. It's like... there we go. Oh, it's been many moons. All right. Anyway, let me know how you like the spread. Do it. Do it for the wheel. Do it for the wheel of progress, the wheel of change. Do it for your children. Do it for your grandchildren. Let's do better. Okay, so after making this spread video, I was linked in a group on Instagram with a couple of other content creators, deck creators, influencers in a way. A group that we can share BIPOC decks. And when we learn about these things, we can promote these things. And that's the goal here. And the real work begins in researching these decks. And so one of the decks, or the main deck that the group was made for, was Land Back Tarot. It is an incredibly radical deck that has come out. It is on Kickstarter. It is very close to its goal. So please go show it some love. This is not the deck, okay? If you are interested, I'm going to leave all the links below, but also some videos of some content creators here in our community that are talking about this deck too. So go check out their videos. Like I said, I'll leave the links for this Kickstarter below, and even antiktarot.com, which is the creator of the deck, a little on their backstory, a little on their them being indigenous, and some on the tarot creation journey, which is fascinating. So the real work lies in research, right? Researching decks, especially if that's your niche. Like in the tarot sphere right here, this is our niche. We're trying to find decks that people can see themselves in. And it's not this, like Auntie Kay, she was talking on her website about it not being bureaucratic and not having a severe connotations on these cards. It takes gender out. It takes these things that marginalize these groups, and therefore it is allowing these groups to continue to be oppressed. So I want to advocate for this deck. So go make a pledge, go buy the deck, go show the Kickstarter some love. It's, like I said, really close to the goal. And I will try to keep you updated on some more decks that come about in this group or any of my research that I find when I find BIPOC made decks. So much love, people.